guys! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I am your number one romance girly. For today's video, I am doing a reading wrap up of all the books that I read in December. I'm reviewing them and letting you know if you should read them, although most of them were Christmas read. No, not most of them. So I was in a bit of a reading slump this month, so I did struggle with some of the books, but I'll let you know as I go which ones I struggled with and whether that was because of my reading slump or you know? So let's get straight into it. Okay, one that I have literally just finished a couple of days ago is The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. This is part of the Dream Harbour series. So you got the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and then you got the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, the Christmas Tree Farm, the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and then this one. I think that's all of them. So with these books, I actually think they are getting better. I found the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, like, it was okay, but it wasn't like my favourite, if you know what I mean. It was just like a cozy autumn read. However, the more I've gone on reading these books, I think they've actually got better. This one I absolutely loved. So this is about Annie, who owns the gingerbread bakery, and her enemy, who is called Mac. Mac owns the pub, the bar. I don't know if they call it like a pub or a bar, but they both live in the same town. So this actually goes back in time and then to present day. If you don't like the back and forth, you may not like this, but I loved it. So this goes back to when they were teenagers. I believe it goes back to when they were 19, and they basically start a relationship. However, Mac wants to go traveling and like to find himself, so he knows that he's going to be leaving in a month. So they literally have like a relationship for a month where they're basically soulmates. They're basically soulmates. I know they're only 19, but they just love each other. And then he goes away and he's only meant to be gone for a year, but he ends up going a lot longer than that. And then when he finally moves back to the town, Anne is like, no, you said it was going to be for a year. I haven't heard from you in so many years. You're not coming back. So they're kind of like enemies, but they have to talk to each other because they are both involved in their friends' weddings. So she is one of the bridesmaids and he is one of the groomsmen. So forced proximity kind of vibes. He is obsessed with her. She hates him kind of vibe. Enemies to lovers kind of. I really enjoyed this book. Definitely would recommend. I gave it 4.5 stars. Okay, the next book. We're gonna go for a really bad one. A Heart for Christmas. Guys, this was the advent calendar book where you read a chapter a day. So I posted this every single day on my TikTok and like my updates and what I thought, and so many people commented saying that they DNF'd this sort of like a couple of chapters in, and I wish I listened. But I don't DNF books, guys. I like hope that it's going to improve. This did not improve for me personally. There is a few people that actually really enjoyed this book, so again, it's all opinions, isn't it? But I know the majority of people on TikTok absolutely hated it. I didn't hate it, I was waiting for it to pick up and it just never did. So yeah, I actually rated this 2 stars. Oh, it was bad, guys. I'm assuming that they go to France because a lot of the words in this sounded French, so I kind of struggled with that, like food wise and places and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of set in like a skiing location, and the female main character said that she hoped that someone else was in an avalanche and not her like boyfriend. Don't get me wrong, I know that you don't want like your loved ones to be in danger, but you shouldn't wish that on someone else. Like, she fully said that she wished that one of her boyfriend's friends was in an avalanche. I don't know, wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, that's all I can say on this really, 2 stars. Okay, the next book is another Christmas book. Sorry, I've got a few. I will mix them in, but majority of my reads were Christmas related. So the next one was One Day in December by Josie Silver. So I actually knew nothing about this. My partner picked this up for me. He went to the supermarket and seen it and was like, this looks good, so he picked it up, which is so cute of him. Absolutely love him. So yeah, I thought I'd give this one a go as a Christmas read. However, I wouldn't really say it was a Christmas read. Most Christmas books are set in the month of December. This one is based over years. When I put this into Goodreads and said that I finished it, a lot of people hated on this book. I don't think it was the worst book I've ever read. I think I gave it 3 stars or 3.5 stars, but I wouldn't have said it was a Christmas read. This is about Laurie. She's coming home from work on the 23rd of December, I want to say, quite close to Christmas. It's her last day in work, so she's like on the bus home, driving home for Christmas vibes. And while she's on the bus pulls up at one of the stops and she basically sees the love of her life. And they catch eyes and it's kind of cringy. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of cringy. They catch eyes and she's like, oh my god, do I get off the bus? Like, what do I do? She can't get off the bus because the bus is absolutely rammed, so there's no way of her to be able to get off in time. So he decides that he's going to get on the bus. So he runs to like get on the bus and the bus drives off. So she spends the next year looking for this guy because she's like, this is like the love of my life, which is cringy, don't get me wrong. They've literally seen each other through a bus window. About a year later, she is having her Christmas party with her roommate, and her roommate brings her new boyfriend, who happens to be the bus boy. It was okay, it was fine. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't, I mean, it was cringy, don't get me wrong, but I didn't mind it. This is based over like quite a few years. I want to say like 10 or 15 years. So yeah, it kind of like skips through the years and like talks about highlights of their life kind of thing. So that is One Day in December. Okay, should we move on from a Christmas book? Let's go on to a Frida McFadden. So I read The Surrogate Mother. This is one of her newer books that came out this year. I loved this. I absolutely loved this. However, this can be quite triggering. So I wouldn't recommend this for everyone. However, I enjoyed it. So it's basically about a couple that can't get pregnant, and so they've done IVF, they've done everything and nothing has worked, so they finally decide to get a surrogate. The surrogate is someone they know. I'm not going to go into too much detail if you want to read it, and it's kind of crazy. It is crazy, and this triggered trust issues so much. This reminded me why I don't trust anyone, you know? So I definitely recommend it. I really enjoyed it. Bear in mind the trigger warnings, basically. It's not for everyone. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So that was that one. Going on to Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. I didn't enjoy it, guys. I didn't like it. I loved the Icebreaker series. I had high hopes. I don't know, I felt it was really cringy, which to be honest with you doesn't really make sense after the One Day in December where they meet each other for a bus. I get it. But this one was just, I don't know, it just, oh, I don't know, I didn't vibe. So this one is about Clara, and she's named after the Nutcracker, Clara, and she works for a toy company. And the toy company basically steals someone else's idea for a toy. A small town made this idea for this like doll, and the toy company stole the idea basically. So as it's her family's company and she works for the toy company, she puts it on herself to go to the town and try to reconcile and sort something out, and it doesn't go down very well basically. It was my first Christmas read of the year. Maybe that was it. Maybe I just wasn't ready for the cringiness yet, but yeah, I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't awful, wasn't the best. Okay, the next 2 books I struggled with. So this is kind of my reading slump time. I don't know if it was the books or I don't know if it was just the way I was feeling. Obviously I read a lot of books, so sometimes like I just don't want to read. Like you can kind of like, if you do something too much you can kind of just be done with it. So please take this with a pinch of salt, because I don't know how much of it was the books and how much of it was just my mindset at the time. But the first one is Our Infinite Fates. So I thought I would absolutely love this book because it is kind of about a couple that meet up in every single lifetime, and then they have to kill it. Well, he kills her in every single lifetime. She can't get to 18, I think it is, but she doesn't really know why. but she also remembers her past lives. So she knows that she's kind of got this curse that when she gets to around 18, he kind of shows up in her life and kills her, but she doesn't really know why. They don't always come back as a girl and a boy. Sometimes it's a boy and a boy, sometimes it's a girl and a girl. It's just like their spirits kind of thing, but they kind of recognize each other when they see each other. I think I just had a lot more high expectations. I gave it a 3-star. It was average. I did struggle to read this though. It wasn't a book that I was finding that I was like, oh, I want to find out what happens next. I struggled. But again, like I said, I don't know how much of that was my reading slump. So that is Our Infinite Fates. Another one I've done a reading vlog for, so I'm not going to delve too much into it, is When the Moon Hatched. Again, I struggled with this one a little bit. Don't know how much of it was my reading slump, but I've done a reading vlog on this and my thoughts and opinions, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm pretty sure I gave this 4 stars. I did enjoy it, and that's what's the most annoying thing, because I feel like if I read this at a different time, I would have enjoyed it a lot more than I did. So yeah, we'll wait till the next one comes out and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was about a 4-star for me. Okay, and then I've got 2 more Christmas books left. I've got The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I actually enjoyed this one, and I don't know why, because it probably is the same kind of cringiness as The Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, but I enjoyed this one. So this one is about Kat, who is a renovation person who films like TV shows, like goes in and helps people redo their houses and stuff. She hears that one of the towns that she's worked on previously, called Merry, it is cringy, it's very Christmas vibes. She finds out that the town of Merry has been flooded and everywhere is wrecked, and it is coming up to Christmas and Merry is known for their Christmas festival. So she's like, I cannot let this go, I need to go and help the town. Meanwhile, the male main character is Noah, who is the town's like mayor. I don't think they call him a mayor. I think they call him a town manager, but it's basically a mayor, right? Noah doesn't want Kat there at all. He's like, I don't want you making money off the fact that our town is in crisis. And Kat's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. She's like, I'm gonna fix your town and you're gonna have to apologize to me. So that is basically the vibe of this book. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than Holiday Ever After, although I've heard a lot of people say they didn't enjoy this, so it's all opinions, isn't it? I think I gave this one 3.5, 4 stars. It was good. I liked it. Okay, the next book is The Night Prince. This is the follow-on book from The Wolf King. Guys, I could talk about this series forever. I could literally talk about this series forever. It is so good, so good, and the second book was just as good as the first. If anything, I actually wanted a bit more of Blake. I thought it was going to be a Court of Mist and Fury vibes, but I needed a bit more Blake. So if I'm going to criticise anything, it's going to be that. But it ended on a cliffhanger and I need the book 3 now. It is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. Another series that I've continued is the Windy City series. So I read, what was it called? The third one. Is it right? No, that's the second one. I can't remember, but I'm going to pop it here so you guys know the title. I've just clearly forgotten it. This one is about baseball. Absolutely loved it. Not gonna lie. It's about a single dad who is on the baseball team. He needs a nanny, so he gets, well, his like, I think it's his manager who looks after the baseball team. He is like, I'm sick of you firing all these nannies. You need a nanny. I'm gonna get you one. And he recommends his daughter. So his daughter goes in to help nanny his son, and things happen, you know? Close proximity vibes. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Cannot recommend this series enough. And I'm actually currently reading the 4th book, which is Play Along. Again, I am loving it. This one, I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought it was going to be a different sport every time. So the first one was ice hockey, the second was basketball, the third one was baseball. This one is baseball as well. I don't know how I feel about it, but this one is about Kai's brother, Isaiah, I think his name is. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one as well. So this one, it is kind of like enemies to lovers. She works for the baseball team. She is, well, she should be a doctor. She's trained to be a doctor. However, they are discriminating against her because she's a woman, and they're saying that she shouldn't be working for a baseball team full of men. So they've given her the least possible position, which is like therapy, you know, like when they like massage muscles and stuff. Yeah, so she's kind of doing that, and she gets told that she can't fraternize with any of the baseball players, whereas Isaiah is absolutely obsessed with her. I'm not going to say too much more. I just love the series so much, like I don't want it to end. Definitely would recommend, if you love romance or sports romance, pick up the Windy City series. So good. Okay, and then the last book is another Christmas one, Good Spirits. I loved this book so much, guys. This kind of gave Ghost of Christmas Past vibes. So he is a ghost and he goes to people to try and like change their ways, literally just like the Ghost of Christmas Past. However, he gets sent to her and they don't really know why. He's showing her things in her past and she's not really done anything wrong, so he's a bit like, I don't really know why I've been sent to you. And then mix-ups kind of happen, and instead of going to her past, they go to his past. Things aren't right kind of vibes. I loved it. Loved it. If you're looking for a Christmas read, I know it's gone past Christmas now, but maybe for next Christmas, read this book. This is the best Christmas book that I've read this year. Absolutely loved it. So there we have it, guys. Those are all the books that I've read in December. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helps if you want to add some to your TBR or whatnot. If there was any books that you read this December that you absolutely loved, then please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for making it this far. You literally mean the world to me. I hope that you have the best New Year's, guys. Bye.